Big D Entertainment, in association with Dipsy Doodle Productions, presents The Dave Holly Hour. Brought to you by Trio Jazz Club, Sioux Falls' premier jazz club. Enter as friends, leave as family. Phil's Pub. Phil's, your local dive with music for the people. Chaser's Food and Spirits. Excel Chiropractic, and Quality Nails. The Dave Holly Hour features Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment Conversations. A true lover of arts, entertainment, good food, and fun times, including an occasional Jack Daniels. Okay, so a few Jack Daniels. Here he is, Dave Holly.
Happy Weekend Eve, everyone. It's going to be another good one for arts and entertainment, at least for our household. Tonight, we're going to the Late Show at Trio Jazz Club for the Haig Brothers music of Peter Gabriel, featuring vocalist Andrea Ross. Friday night, we'll be at Old Town Dinner Theater for Murdered to Death. Saturday will be a day of rest while we get ready for Music Swap Sunday afternoon. Speaking of Music Swap, co-organizer Don McKenna is going to tell us what to expect. He's going to be on the show later in the hour. Now, in just a few minutes, we chat with the lovely and talented Nattie Jean. She made her Sioux Falls debut last weekend. So come on in, join us. As usual, we are waiving the cover charge here at the Dipsy Doodle Production Studio. And dress code, we don't need no stinking dress code. Seating, limited. And while we supply the ice, make sure to bring your own beverage. Yeah, I don't want you getting into my patented Jasper Newton. But first...
Honey, look at this!
Unbelievable!
Yeah! Yummy!
I know!
That'd be fantastic. You know what I'm talking about.
Dave's Fave! Each week we salute a person or business I feel is worthy of a shout-out for any number of reasons. This week's Dave Fave is... Dr. Aaron Stoik. He is my endocrinologist. You know, the proper word for diabetes doctor. I love going to see doctors on my medical team. Yes, that's right. I officially have a medical team to look after my many, many issues that I feel comfortable calling by first name. Now, ironically, they're the ones that deserve the title doctor the most. Thanks to him, I have my lowest A1C level, 6.2. Now, that is still above the normal levels of non-diabetics, but not bad since at one time mine was 15.2. His bedside manner's great. Every time he walks into the exam room, he has an infectious smile and always asks, "How's the show going?" See, being a great doctor isn't just prescribing. It's in knowing the right medicine to give. Want to know other faves I have? Go to the Dave's Fave page on the show website, DaveHollyHour.com. After you look at that page, go to the trivia page to see the schedule for Chasers, West 12th and Ellis Road. Stop in for great food, great beverages, and fun times. Monday nights at 7, we play Dave Holly Hour Trivia with 7 fun rounds and great prizes. This coming Monday, May 18th, our theme is Tiptoe Through the Tulips. Chasers, your neighborhood gathering place. Honorable mention. What made Dave laugh, chuckle, chortle, downright slap my knee silly, or simply fill my heart with happiness last weekend's Writers' Round for Crazy Poet Records and Phil's Pub was great. Our guest coming up in a few minutes was one of the 3 singer-songwriters on the docket. Ron Keel and Whiskey Rich's Chris Reynolds were the others. Amazing night of original music was met with great applause. And then when Nattie sang, the 2 guitarists accompanied her. She had just sent them the charts a few days prior. No iPads or music stands in front of them. You would have thought they'd played together for years. By the way, Ron and Chris have both agreed to be on future shows. Just need to coordinate our calendars. Later in the show, we speak with Don McKenna. Up next, Nattie Jean on the Dave Holly Hour. Trio Jazz Club is an intimate music venue in the heart of Sioux Falls. It's family-owned and family-run. Ricardo and Mary Beth and the entire staff provide the art of hospitality while the best local and regional musicians provide the smooth sounds. It's a great vibe with live music Tuesday through Saturday nights. The chefs and mixologists offer an amazing menu and beer and wine lists. Cocktails as smooth as the jazz. Join the club, Trio Jazz Club, across from the Washington Pavilion. Enter as friends, leave as family.
Ladies, when it's time to give your nails some love, get that extra special treatment from Quality Nails in Sioux Falls. Manicures and pedicures that look great and make you feel fantastic. Zaya and Tony don't simply provide the service, they provide professional care for your hands and feet, whether you just want the basics or you're looking for an extra special look with added flair. Oh, and guys, it's okay to treat yourself too. Quality Nails on Minnesota Avenue. Call for an appointment, 605-334-1463. Walk-ins welcome.
Need a spot with good music, good people, and zero pressure? Head over to Phil's Pub, your local hangout for live music, pizza, and laid-back nights in downtown Sioux Falls. This Friday, Brass Holes brings the funk with a high-energy brass show, guaranteed to fill the whole block with sound and good vibes. Then, May 30, catch the Grave itself, Hot Fuzz, and Aaron Miller live, a 21-plus local music night with absolutely no cover charge. So grab your crew, grab a slice, and settle in at Phil's Pub. See more at Phil's Facebook page.
Never met a meal he didn't like. Here he is, Dave Holly.
Welcome back, everybody. Always love. It's such a pleasure to talk Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment. And sometimes we do have to extend the Sioux Empire, even over state borders, to North Dakota this time. But wait, there's a Sioux Falls tie-in. She just played here this past weekend. Saturday night during the Writers' Round, and Friday night she was out at the first anniversary for Wood Grain, their East Side brewery. Nattie Jean, welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Yeah, it's been a few years, and you've been kind of busy during that time frame.
Yes.
Yeah, you just keep writing, and you keep coming up with new singles. And first time that I got to see you live in concert, and I am absolutely thrilled that I got the opportunity. You and your dad played outdoor, and it was a fun night. And I got to hear, a lot of covers that you like to play, but then a fair number of your originals as well. What's it like to put together a show when you're going to be playing covers, but also doing original material?
Yeah, I like to sprinkle those in there. Just because, like some people, they're really into covers and stuff like that, but you like to sprinkle your own music in there too. And sometimes it's even nice to not even say, hey, this is an original tune, just to see how they react to it. And then afterwards it'd be like, hey, this is an original tune.
What inspires you to still do covers when you are doing very well with all of your originals?
I think just to add that, like the artists that I look up to, or the music that kind of made me who I am and kind of helped with my music that I write, I like to kind of put that in there for people to hear those cover songs that they love. So I kind of like just to mix it up. Yeah,
because the set list was amazing
all
throughout the night. And, you would have some country, you'd have, some country females, you had Dolly. How can you not do a show without Dolly?
Right.
And then you also had, some Joni Mitchell and some other places like that, other ladies that you had looked up to apparently. And it was really fun as well hearing about, more so this time than we had talked last time, about, your mom singing, you singing, but being afraid in public.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, you really didn't start performing in public until your 20s.
Yeah, yep, yeah. I was terrified to sing in front of anyone. Like, when I was in high school, just to even have my parents, like if I wanted to share my singing with them, I would literally face the wall and have them face the opposite direction too. And I'd be shaking, literally shaking. But and I still get nervous before every show. Like I still have those nerves, but I've gotten over it quite a bit.
Yeah.
So
It showed quite well. Yeah. But you were also saying that you have a 19-year-old daughter that is also a very talented singer and kind of the same thing in the family, huh?
Yeah. She is very afraid to sing in front of anyone, but she's got a beautiful voice. She actually just bought an electric guitar because she wants to learn how to play guitar. So, and she's kind of like my dad. She's not a fan of acoustic. She likes electric. So she's starting with electric, I guess. But
I'm trying to remember what the movie was back in the mid to late 80s. And it was old gentleman talking to a young guy trying to get in the blues business. Muddy waters and then electricity, boy.
Oh, yeah.
I've never forgotten that line. So it's like, I mean, acoustic's great, but, when it comes out and you play it right, and, man, your dad's spot on everything.
Oh, yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, and, it was a little interesting, though, that you have a two-sided set list, and it's on the grass.
Yeah.
First time I've seen that.
Yeah.
Now, did either of you use an iPad or anything?
No.
You've got all that memorized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If there's something like that we just learned like recently, like if I have nerves, maybe I would put the iPad out, like just in case I just like lose my mind on it, But no, I like to have everything memorized and not have to look at anything, and just because then you sing more from the heart too when you know it.
Right.
If you don't really know the lyrics or anything like that, it's kind of hard to put your feelings into it. So.
Yeah. You had a couple of songs of your originals. It was funny because you actually went about it much like a comedian would. You kind of were setting us up, and then punchline. Oh, and now here's one I wrote for my husband. Yeah. And it's not a sad breakup song.
Yeah, a lot of, because a lot of those songs that I write are more sad songs or more about heartbreak and stuff like that. I'm not really an upbeat songwriter. So a lot of my songs are more about heartbreak. And a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, like, is that about your relationship? And I'm like, no, but, songs can come from anywhere.
It's about somebody's relationship.
Like someone close to me that, I talk to, or, if I hear something, or just even like a story that I think of in my mind that is relatable. That's kind of how I write. So it's not always about my life and my relationships. So I always have to tell people, don't hate my husband because it's not about him.
Don't take this personally.
Yeah, do not take it. Yeah.
But he had a valiant thing that he did for you during the show.
Oh, yes.
He brought out a sweater.
It was a little bit chilly, yeah.
It was, yeah. And, the sun kind of went down. It's like, okay, well, I expected it to be 65 at the temperature, as you said it was, but I'm not acclimated for 65 yet.
Yeah.
And because I should have had on a thicker sweatshirt.
Yes, it got very chilly, so I was thankful for that. That's better.
Now, you play piano, correct? You play keys?
Yes, a little bit, yeah.
All right. And do you play guitar at all then? Or you
I know some basic chords, but I have an acoustic guitar at home that I told myself I was going to learn like the last couple years. But I only know like the easy chords that I can easily play.
Yeah.
Like some of those, like the F chord and all that, it's like with my short fingers, it's like, oh my gosh, like how do people do this?
And then do you kind of use that as a basis when you're writing that? You still, some people will go to the chords on the piano, but you can do both then.
Yeah. So like piano is my main way of writing. I like to sit at the piano and I'll kind of fiddle with different chords or notes and stuff like that. And then usually that's when the songs come to my mind. But lately, actually, a lot of things, songs that I've been thinking about, I wake up at like 3 a.m. and this song will like pop in my head. And I know I should like take my phone out and like record it, kind of while it's in my head and sing it. Because by morning time, it's like,
What was that?
What was that again? Like, why did I wake up and think of that?
Kind of
But
like
now
when
I
you
don't
forget
know.
a dream in the morning. Yeah.
But it's like, oh, that
I
would
dreamt I
make
wrote
sense.
this great song.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Or like, I remember one time I did actually wake up and kind of record a time, and this was like probably like a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
And then I listened to it the next morning, and I was just like, no. Like, it was like I couldn't even understand because I was half asleep. You know, I was like, that didn't work because I was just, it didn't make sense to me yet. But yeah, and faster songs come more to mind if I'm just walking around cleaning and like I think of something in my mind. That's probably the only time that a fast upbeat song will come into my mind. And then I have to just kind of sing it, just plain, just the vocals, and then kind of try to send it to my dad or whoever, and be like, hey, like this came to my mind. Can you kind of figure out like the chords behind it, like on guitar or whatever? Because all I have is the vocals, and this is the gist of it. So
yeah. Well, we did get a little footage. Is that what you call it when you actually record video on a? You still refer to it as footage
I think so,
on a phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got some footage last night, and so we're really excited to be able to use that as part of the promo for this show that we're going to be on now. And people right now are going, "What's all that noise in the background?" Well, we're recording at Phil's Pub, one of the main sponsors of the Dave Holly Hour, as Nattie gets ready to be doing some acoustic type songs and originals, as it's the writers round, and this is the third one. And so glad to see that you're here safe and sound, because you were supposed to be in the first one,
Yes.
and then there was this thing called the Midwest
Yeah.
blizzard, and it was a huge one. And I forgot that you actually live in Bismarck.
Yeah.
And so to get to see your dad is a few hours by itself, and then come down south to get to Sioux Falls. It's like, oh, she was never even a possibility of being able to get here. So they put you here in May. And but it's going to be nice because your dad was behind you last night. Tonight, one of the other singer-songwriters, Ron Keel, is going to be playing and accompanying you. And then after the writers' round is over, you and your dad are going to put on a show yet.
Yes.
Another set, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
We're going to put
fantastic.
for an hour after, so I'm excited. Yeah.
What are you looking forward to about the writers' round?
I'm excited to listen to Chris and Ron Keel's music. I got a little bit of the preview, when they were sound checking.
Right.
And they both are really talented, so it was really cool to listen to that. And so I'm excited to be up there sitting with them and playing some originals.
Yeah. It'll be great. And it's just, this will be my third time hosting it. And I love it every time. And what I love is then when somebody that's already been in one comes back and wants to hear more of the people that are going to be here for this particular one. And first of all, it's one of the things I talk about so often on this show, that we are very lucky, and I hope it's the same way for you up in North Dakota, that in this community, we use the word collaboration more than we do competition.
That's so important. Yeah.
And so you're going to have the opportunity to be playing with these guys, get more acclimated. Hopefully the audience gets very acclimated with you, so we can say, get her back down here.
Right?
Yeah. It was a pretty good sized crowd that you had, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was really nice.
Yeah.
It was great. I love that they came out and listened and hung around. And so, yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, and that's always good to see, and the support. What's it like up in North Dakota versus your debut here in Sioux Falls?
Yeah.
Because you have to have quite a following by now, don't you?
Yeah. And so out of Bismarck, I would say it's more of the cover band that I'm in, but because we play more around there. But the Fargo area, I've done like a writers round there and stuff like that with other writers around there, and that was really, really fun. I just did a duo show with Brianna Halbling out of North Dakota. She does a lot of original music. She's always gigging everywhere acoustically, and that was so much fun. We did a show together, and Yeah, that was a blast. But yeah, it's nice to meet those musicians that it's not a competition. Where it's like they're just there to support, and they want to work together with you. Um, that's one thing that I just love, because even when I have a night off, it's like I want to see is there live music somewhere so I can go support somebody. Yeah.
And we should mention, and I'll let you tell the story again, how you are connected to Sioux Falls. I mean, I can do the lead-in part about you record here at the Warehouse Recording Studio, and Mark Dom is the sound engineer, producer. There's a tie-in, though, with Mark, correct?
Yes, yeah.
Explain that to us.
Yep, so he's my dad's first cousin. So,
okay.
Yeah, so we're related, and actually, my dad was in Mark's band, Search for George, for a
That's
while,
right.
too. Yeah, so there's a big connection there.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I can't wait to hear some Search for George stuff one of these times, too.
Yeah.
But what are you still hoping to get out of your career? Because you're fairly young. So what's ahead for you?
Honestly, I love writing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I could be like a ghostwriter, or like ones that
Right, yeah.
I would love just to write music for other people. Like, 'cause I love to sing, but I absolutely love to write. Like, and sometimes when I write songs, it's like I think of a certain person and I'm like, oh, this would be really good for this person, or like, so
Right.
I just love, more of that. The writing is probably like my favorite thing out of all of it, is just writing.
Have you been venturing out in that, like sending out songs?
I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
What's holding you back?
I don't know. I don't know the right way to go, the way to go about it. And then also some songs too, I am very particular on, like if they mean a lot to me. Like, it would be worth it to me if it was someone that I know would do the song justice.
Right.
Otherwise, if it's just like,
right.
Is it just out there and anyone can pick it up and be like, oh, I want this, it's that she wrote the song and I want to sing it, and it's just not, what I would expect or what I would want from somebody that means
it's
so
like,
much.
Don't take away. I didn't write this for masses.
Yeah,
I wrote this because of a situation or a relationship. Different things along that line.
Yeah, so it's kind of like I'd be picky, but just because I'd want it to be done well, and I want it to have the right meaning and the right singer behind it that could really project the message and stuff like that. So yeah.
All right, so you hope to do more writing.
Yes.
And we hope to hear more of you singing your writing, though.
Yeah.
Because it's very enjoyable.
Well, thank you.
And it's just, you have a great presence on stage, or as in the case of last night, on grass. Oh, grass as in on the lawn.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are some singer-songwriters that are on grass.
Yeah.
All right. What do you have lined up for the rest of this year, then? I bet a pretty busy summer up there.
Yeah. I'm pretty much booked every weekend except for like the first weekend in June. So the whole summer's booked up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Anthony takes care of the kids now?
He does.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm very thankful that he does that, because, it's like every weekend. And then if I am playing like around Bismarck or whatever, and I come back home, I don't get home till like 2-3 in the morning, and then I'm tired, so I got to sleep in, a little bit, because I play the next night. So he's really good about, taking everything on and letting me sleep, and
Does he make you breakfast?
No.
Come on, Anthony. I enjoyed meeting him. I really did. He seems like a very nice guy, but then I haven't met too many people in the military that aren't really nice guys and have that nice to meet you, sir. The firm handshake.
Yeah.
So that's a great thing that you have a support system like that.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, your folks, since you play with your dad so often, to be able to have that connection and just that, constant, got a group here that's going to help take care of me the whole time. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's so nice having with my dad, and we play together because he knows like if I mess up on something, he'll just follow me.
Right.
And people won't notice because it's like I'll look at him and he just knows, and
Yeah.
just come in at the wrong time and he'll follow me.
Other than a little power surge,
Yeah.
you guys were great at that last night.
Yeah. And I always had to have my mom come because she's like gives me the positive vibes.
Yeah.
She's always energetic, and I always make her come along if I feel like she's gonna try to not. I mean, she's usually there at every single show, which is awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So.
All right. So you've got basically every weekend filled up through the summer.
Yeah.
For performing. What about we have anything at the hopper right now for some new songs?
Well, we did just release that song, but I really didn't have time to write this winter. Usually winter's when I write a lot, but I have a lot of ideas of songs that I want to write. So I'm hoping after the summer, because I'm so busy, that I can really get like some songs out there and start.
I always think that the fall is a great time for being creative.
Yeah.
Especially if you've been using your creativity throughout the summer and so forth. Here's this time to kind of reestablish what you really want to do with it.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's because, fall and winter and stuff like that, it's kind of like you're inside more. And so it is. Like, it's nice to have that downtime and just sit there and try to, get those songs out. And
what's the greatest compliment you've ever received in terms of either A, your writing, or B, your performing? Or C, A and B?
I mean, I guess I would say the biggest compliment I have, and I always love it so much, is when little kids come up to me and they'll ask me for an autograph. And they'll be like, oh, like, I had a little girl come up and she wanted an autograph. And she's like, oh, I want to be a singer too. And, it was just, I like being someone who can show, those young girls, like, yeah, here I am. Like, like you can do this too. And so that was just a huge compliment. And it was so sweet. And I just love that. Like the innocence of them just, they just loved the singing and they wanted that autograph. And it's,
that's awesome.
So. Yeah, those
Who
are probably
have you
favorite.
opened for that you wanted their autograph?
Well, Jody Messina played the night. Yeah, she played when we played for Indie Country Fest. She actually performed the night before, and I would have so wanted her autograph because she's so awesome. So I would say that would probably be the one that I would have really wanted that I opened for. But one year we opened up. We were one of the openers for the Charlie Daniels Band. And
My hero.
They were so good live.
Aren't they amazing?
Yeah, it was just crazy. Like I was like,
I just got back from Mount Juliet a week or so back.
Yeah, it was insane. Like they were all so talented, and it was just like, it was. I mean, that was probably like the best live show like that I've ever been to. Was their performance was it was so good.
Oh man. Love that guy.
Yeah.
Sad loss.
Yeah.
I actually did get his autograph. And back when I worked in radio, I got to meet him backstage twice. And one time he even did liners for me.
Oh my gosh.
So that was very, very cool.
That is super cool.
Yeah. And so I recall those. There are moments that come along in life that you can pinpoint.
Yeah.
And I've always said that about music too. Anytime I hear Minute by Minute by the Doobie Brothers, I know exactly where I was first time I heard it in the car on the radio.
Yeah.
I can tell you the corner in Rock Rapids, Iowa. And it's springtime, and, I'm driving around, windows are down, got a windbreaker on, but the sleeves are pushed up to the elbows to look really cool and all that. And it's just like, hey, I like this tune. And I always remember that. And there's so many that are that way that you can think of that first time. What's one for you, as an example, that you go, oh, I heard this song, and the first time I ever heard it, I knew it was going to be part of my life?
I would say it wasn't a single song, but it was like a tape. cassette tape or whatever that it was Mariah Carey's, one of her albums or whatever.
Right.
It was actually my older sister's, and I remember like playing it, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like I fell in love with it instantly. I mean, her vocals and stuff, like I just remember playing her songs on like rewind, pressing the rewind button, and replaying it and just singing along with her, and obviously not the capabilities that she has, but it was just that was something I just absolutely loved when I was young.
Regrettably, that's where the interview ended. Despite brand new batteries, the recording ended due to dead batteries. Yet, when I got home, tested, they all were strong. Who knows, huh? My apologies to Nattie et al. She was very polite in accepting my apology. Meanwhile, with her permission, here's her new single, I Don't Feel Bad.
Walking through the entryway of Phil's Pub, you can't help but notice the show pics and posters from the heyday of live bands in Sioux Falls. Phil's is back. They're on their way to reestablishing their iconic live music venue status. Come on into Phil's for a great local brew. you might just find yourself seeing some of the performers in those pictures, and a very good chance you'll see new acts that will end up being in pictures too. Phil's Pub, your local dive, with music for the people. Follow them on Facebook and other socials. Keep up to date with who's playing at the pub each week here on the Dave Holly Hour.
Dr. Perry Langston and Dr. Corey Tooney know excellence is in you. That's why they provide you with excellent care at Exo Chiropractic, improving your overall health in spirit, body, mind, and will. Get results the natural way. Arrange a consultation, 605-332-9235 or exokairos.com. Excellent care for excellent people. Exo Chiropractic, located at 4309 South Racket Drive in Sioux Falls.
Looking for a night out with incredible live music and an atmosphere you can't get anywhere else? Trio Jazz Club has your week covered. Tonight, don't miss the music of Peter Gabriel, a special Haig Brothers show featuring an all-star lineup of local musicians and unforgettable performances. Saturday, C.J. Coker and friends bring world-class jazz talent to the Trio stage for a night of exceptional musicianship. Then Tuesday, James Dean creates a full, layered sound all on his own with guitar looping and live performance. And Wednesday, Rich Show returns with guitar, vocals, and the kind of songs that keep audiences coming back. So grab your tickets at triojazzclub.com, find your seat, and experience it live at Trio Jazz Club.
Funny, engaging, connected. He's the entertainment reporter for Sioux Falls. Here's Dave Holly.
Welcome back, everybody. It is always a pleasure to talk Sioux Empire arts and entertainment. You know that by heart now, don't you? That's a good thing. Keep it in your mind and do the same thing. Now, it's always a great idea to have a new guest on, and here we finally get Don McKenna. He is here to talk about a fun event that's coming up this Sunday down in the backside of Remedy in the outdoors, and it's a music swap. How are you, Don?
I'm real good this morning.
Good. Glad to have you here and talk about this. So how long has the music swap been going on?
Oh, I figured it out. I believe this is our 10th swap meet. The first one we did at Crosstown Vinyl in the record store of Steve's, and that was right before the COVID lockdown.
Oh, yeah.
And then everything shut down, and we did one, I believe, that following summer at the Red Rock outside, and we've done two there, and then we decided we want to move it into Sioux Falls, and Remedy Brewing was kind enough to say, hey, we can use that back patio.
Right.
And so we've had what's this seventh? I think this will be the seventh one at Remedy if I'm counting them correctly. It's right in there. I don't keep track of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd say 10th annual.
Right. Yeah.
Sioux Empire music
Marketing
swap. You know, it's so.
Be there.
Yeah, that's how I feel sometimes. And limited promotions. So I'm happy to be here on the Dave Holly Hour because I want people to find out about this however they can.
Well, and it's something I have known about for a long time, but dates never worked for me to go to it, even just to browse around. And now last year,
I was going to say you've participated one time.
I participated last year.
That's kind of when we met, actually. I'd seen stuff that you've done around town and stuff and everything, and it's like, well, cool. Now I know who Dave Holly is. So
yeah, and it worked out very well. It wasn't a huge moneymaker for me because I really didn't know what to expect, and I wasn't retired at that time. Now I am. I have a garage that is in disarray right now, waiting to have everything stacked properly to take it on the go.
Well, and the swap is that way. I mean, we've got this year's our record number of vendors signing up. We have over 30 vendors signed up. 30, I think 36 when I count them this morning. And again, we'll have a few no-shows. Last year we had, I believe, 30 or 32 signed up. We ended up with about 25 or 26.
Yeah.
I think we might even be blessed with a little bit of live music at this one. Ray Pearson's talking about coming out with some of his boys and doing a little jam in the afternoon or something. So
superb.
And again, food and beverage right there on the loading. Am I allowed to promote like
Absolutely.
Remedy Brewing, and
Please
then
do.
the
They're
barbecue joint right down the
Yeah.
loading dock. They're new in town. I'm so terrible. I don't have their name, but they serve a good sandwich. I've had one there, so they let us use their little back patio. So you know, and so there's gonna be lots of good food. There's beer. It's family friendly. You can bring your kids. Remedy's patio is dog friendly. So
Yes, it is.
If you have to bring Fido along, you sure can.
Well, Charlie will be along with us again.
Lots of stuff there. Can I just ramble for a little bit?
Yes,
Since
please.
we're doing this.
Ramble as much as you
musical
wish.
instruments. We see a lot of different musical instruments. We see some vintage stuff. Again, I'm going to promote some of my vendors. I know J. Rick Music is coming out this year. They've only been out of time before, and I think they're going to bring some really cool, interesting things. Steve informed me that our vintage guy from Sioux City is coming up again. He had quite a bit of vintage instruments. And then again, a lot of PA gear. People have been calling.
Right.
Got recording stuff. It's like, bring it. Our thing is we want everybody to tell their music friends.
Right.
We got plenty of sellers. We need lots of buyers now.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
And so this runs from noon until 4, correct?
runs from noon until 4. I'm going to ramble a little bit more. Record collectors. We've got some huge guys that bring a lot of neat. I'm not a record guy. I mean, I used to be. I work in a stereo shop, but I watch some of the records that fly out of there, and it amazes me. And there's always some really cool stuff. Audio gear, music memorabilia. The list could go on and on, but it's pretty much just music related items. So,
what do you find in terms of the vendors that have been there before? What is it that brings them back?
I don't think it's the sale of equipment. I think it's the camaraderie. We have some vendors that do fairly well there. Other people, it's tough. It's a weird time to sell gear, and gear is ever changing. So some things just become dinosaurs, and they just need to be, buried somewhere. And other things are collectible trinkets from the past. So it's interesting that way. Most of the vendors, I think, they come back because they do sell something. I think part of it is because it is a free event. It's free to vendors. It's free to
the public.
So we don't charge for anything. It's been so much fun to do it. I think, and again, a lot of people get to see a lot of people they don't see on a regular basis.
True.
In the music world, in the art world in this town. So,
well, I am a little afraid. There's some things that I bought from a gentleman about 3 or 4 years ago, not at the swap, but off of Marketplace. And he came last year and he asked me if I still had it. And I said, yeah. And now I'm not doing stage shows anymore. So we're regifting.
Sure. Well, and it's a good way. I think my favorite thing still is, a lot of us guys that have been around the music scene in Sioux Falls quite a while, a lot of them are out there with a lot of goodies to sell. And it's a lot of good old boy kind of, fist bumping and stuff like that. My favorite thing to see is I see a lot of, and I'm not going to say a lot, but a fair amount of younger guys out there that find something that just puts a huge smile on their face. I mean, it's just like, wow, what a bargain. We need this, little speaker for our band, whatever. I think that's still part of the thing that I enjoy the most out there, meeting new friends. I know all my old friends. I love them, but it's fun meeting new friends out there. And I think that's the cool part about the event.
Yeah. And I know that you mentioned, some things that are a little vintage and maybe some that should go to a burial. That's the way I had gotten with cassettes. But now there was a friend of mine whose father had passed, and he had recorded on a cassette tape for her years ago, and she wanted a copy of it. It's like, oh, okay. How can we do this? So I ended up buying one that would go from the cassette onto your hard drive. And I haven't used it since. So that's going to be up for sale.
There you go. Is this a Dave Holly table advertisement also?
Oh, yes, it is.
Cool. What am I going to have there? I've got a dulcimer, a mountain dulcimer, if somebody needs one. I always bring lots of little stuff. And then I'm fortunate enough that my wife enjoys all these toys and all the friends and stuff. So she runs my table so that I can,
you can go mill around,
run around being a social butterfly or social elephant, however you want to view me. So.
Yeah, well, I'm sitting there going, not a butterfly,
Not a butterfly.
but not an elephant either.
Appreciate it.
Unless, of course, you do have a great memory.
No.
Okay.
No. I'm that guy who goes, we met, but I don't remember your name. So,
yeah, so I'm going to have a few things there. Lots of different little cables, probably quite a few microphone cables. And I do have some stage lights. They're not great. But you know what? If you're a solo artist and you just need something for a little ambiance when you're playing at a bar, probably a good pickup for you. So there will be plenty of things along that line. And let's see, right behind you, we see 2 tambourines. Those were on a table last year that I picked up.
You bought those from me.
Oh.
Those were mine.
Those.
I can tell. Yeah. Bring those.
Oh. Yes, because it was a lady that sold them.
Make a buck.
Yeah.
That was my wife, the lady that sold them to
Okay.
So I recognize.
Oh, fun.
I got a glow in the dark tambourine with a case, probably from the 70s. That's pretty neat.
Oh, wow.
But there's I don't know, a fair amount of percussion stuff.
Yeah.
Our percussion, we have one nice gentleman. I'm going to be terrible with this. I also think his name is Dave, that brings out a fair amount of nice percussion stuff. And it's always different. It always changes from year to year what he's got. So he's going to be there. Another good friend of ours, Phil, huge record collection. And he says he's bringing some really special trinkets this time. So.
Ooh, trinkets.
So
I
suppose gems of albums.
There we go.
It's amazing what some of those things are worth. But yeah, like I said, it runs noon to 4. What am I missing here?
Well, it's pretty well covered as long as it's something related to music or in some way electronics that, maybe go into your show or whatever else.
Exactly. It's musician, but yet still audiophiles. There's a lot of cool hi-fi gear that rolls through there.
Yeah.
I mentioned the records. You said something about cassettes. I'm looking for an MP3 player. Reach out. I need one, a nice one. I was reading a thing about that because I was looking up an MP3 player that don't sell your medium short, like cassettes, CDs. I mean, they're still viable.
Yeah.
I mean, even 78 records are still a thing. It's what's on them. That's the thing. I mean, there's dozens of them that nobody wants because of the artist, but there's dozens of them people want
because of the
artist.
Yeah. In fact, there's one up above that Jack Daniels light that's Frank Sinatra.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So that's a keepsake.
I tiled inside of a garage once with 78 records. It was pretty cool.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. But I went through them all first. I do want to reach out and plug my partner in this, Steve Zastro from Crosstown Vinyl.
Yep. Great store, by the way.
Yes, he was actually kind of the inspiration for this early on. He said something about, they do a lot of record swaps. And I said, yeah, guitar swaps are cool too. But I said, I don't think Sioux Falls can support singularly either one of those that often. And we've talked about doing a winter one and stuff, but we feel a spring and a fall is plenty. And, so far it's been the magic combination. So I want to just shout out a thank you to Steve for the inspiration. So,
and so far, at least, knock on wood or whatever we have around here. Weather forecast.
Don't bring up the weather. We just don't talk about the weather this week.
Throw away the key, David.
We've been so lucky on these. We've had a couple maybe cooler days that maybe started out misty. We've never, that was knocking wood, had a rain day yet. And we do not have an alternative rain plan, although it is underneath an awning.
Yes, it is.
So we'll kind of play it by ear if the weather turns that way. But I even said the W word. I wasn't supposed to.
Oh, yeah. So let's see. Last time in the fall, it was kind of early September, mid-September, or?
I think we did it. It was last part of September, first part of October.
Okay.
I should have brought those dates, but yeah, right in there is when we usually do that one.
Okay, yeah, but it works out and it's fantastic to go to. I equate it to being a lot like a flea market, but not just junky crap laying around. It's people that have some interest in things, and you're going to have a common interest in them. And you know what? Even if you are not a music person, go there just to see it. And you'll find out that here's all, you said there's 36 at this time for vendors?
We have that many signed up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we should have a good solid 30 vendors, which is a lot of people, actually.
Right. And no booth is the same as another.
Right. And there's no, arts and crafts, walking products, no
right.
trying to sell you fire alarms for your house or anything. It's just straight up music stuff. So even if you're just a music fan, it's kind of just interesting to see what's there.
Yeah.
And like I said, you get there and you wander around and you know that half the people know each other because you'll just see them just out of the crowd. So.
Yeah, and that includes the people that come through.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that. Because last year I ran into Keith May, and he was my program director when I worked in Laverne, originally at KQAD and K101.
I love Keith. We're good friends. In fact, him and my son, I think, are playing in a band together.
Oh, no kidding.
Over in Laverne. I think, I'm not sure if Keith is on the list for sure. His brother, Kevin. He is usually one of our farthest travelers. I think he lives up near the cities or Mankato or someplace, and he comes down, and he's been to a majority of last. In fact, I bet he's been to the last 6. I'm not going to say positively, but he always has cool stuff, cool guitars, lots of neat pedals. If you like guitar effects pedals, those are the secret treasures that you find.
Yeah.
Believe me, I like to sell stuff, but I like to buy stuff too.
Yeah. Well, we both have gear acquisition syndrome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It happens. So if you're a pedal guy at all, they usually come out of the woodwork and stuff. So
I'm already excited about it.
Oh, believe me,
I still have lots of work to get it ready.
I just came down off of doing the huge Brandon All City Rummage. So, and I'm raring to go. I piled all my music stuff out, got it all ready.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing all the vendors showing up. They generally show up a little early. The event opens at noon, so come for lunch. Come out for lunch.
Exactly.
Come for lunch.
Have a great
like
lunch
I said, they serve up there's some good food at both ends of the loading dock.
Yeah,
and I think Ray's band is slated to start at around 1. So I'm not positive, but I think that's the time frame on that. And as long as they're not too loud and we don't kick them out, we'll let them play all afternoon. So Dave Holly will be there with the table. I could name some other table people, but I hate to drop people's names without their permission.
Yeah.
It's all over Facebook.
Somebody.
That's about the only place you're going to find info on how to contact myself or Steve. And like I said, we're slowing down on the vendors unless you got something really, really cool that we want. You can always reach out and let me know. They were still calling. Yesterday I jotted 2 more down, and they were just out of the blue. A couple of them are people I've known for a long time. A couple of them are people that said, I just found out the swap was going on this week. I'm like, where have you been? I've been all over the place. Again, so a lot of info on Facebook. I challenged all the vendors today to share the post of it so that their friends that aren't participating in it know to come and shop. So, and again, I like to remind people, if you're going to post something on Facebook, don't post it the day it's happening, because most of it don't see it for 2 or 3 days.
Exactly.
Put it out there a couple of days ahead. So by Wednesday, that's all you're going to see on Facebook is music swap, music swap, music swap. And I apologize, but it's way better than news.
Oh,
ranks right up there with puppy pictures and lasagna.
Lasagna for you, huh?
Whatever. Pictures of food is always great.
Oh, true. Yeah. We just don't need to see every meal you have. What got you into music?
Oh, wow. Probably an RCA Victor 45 player.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, my dad was a huge country music fan. He played guitar. We had a little cheapy all-in-one RCA record player that played 45s, and also what got me into tubes also. It was tube operated. and he had a stack of 45s. He didn't have that many. I don't think he had a lot of dough to spend on records. I think he blew it on guitars and whatever. Anyways, so yeah, these 45s, and I would sit and listen to them all the time, over and over and over. I can still sing those songs in my head, just like no problem. And over the years, I just, thought that's kind of fun. So I always pursued it as a hobby. Never thought it would be a thing I wanted to pursue as a career. It's way too much work, and I would rather keep it on the fun side. I would rather, I like jam sessions and I like barbecues and, things like that. So, when I retired, I played in a band when my kids were little for extra income. Kind of quit playing music for a while, and then after I retired, I said, you know what, it's time to start doing that again. So I fired it up, and I keep as busy as I want to be in the music thing.
Yeah.
Can I plug something?
Absolutely.
I'm playing at the Levitt on June 6th. We're opening for Carolyn Wonderland, and a bunch of my friends are raving that she's playing, and I'm going to get up there and hack out a set I might even bring my combo just to make everybody angry there. So, I know.
I don't know if there's been many angry crowds.
No, I'm excited about it. I'm nervous. I've had a lot. I still get pregame jitters, you know, for any kind of game that I do, so it don't matter if I'm playing at, assisted living place. I get more jitters there because that's a critical audience. They ain't drinking or hooting it up. So, but yeah, so my music thing's just always been a kind of a thing with my life. I've always, loved to play guitar. I always loved to sing. I love to entertain people. I mean, it's, there's joy to that. I have a lot of friends in different types of entertainment. And I think when it boils down to it, a lot of people trying to hoof a career out of it, which is it's an uphill battle, and I envy anybody that makes it. But I have a lot of friends that do it just because of the love they feel from a crowd, or the love they can give to a crowd. I don't know. I'm kind of corny now on Holly Hour.
Well, hey, it's allowed here.
I like this. You have an awesome studio.
Thank you.
I feel really at home here because I am such an eclectic kind of person.
Well, and you are welcome back anytime.
So I would love to come here.
Yeah.
Just chat about whatever, man.
You bet. We can do that.
300 of these under your belt. 300 and
this will be 320.
20. I knew I'd look back. I stalked you on your Facebook page.
Thank you.
Bit. Yeah, that's what it's there for. When people say, well, you're kind of creepy, it's like, really? When I was a kid, we all hid from Big Brother. Now we all just roll over and say, here we are. So,
no, I always tell people, there are 320 of them. If you'd like to go back, and here's the thing, every week, episode number 1 still gets a download, because people that haven't listened before listen because a friend was on, and then they go, wonder what this was like at the beginning. They go back.
That's where I'm going. I want to listen to a couple of the first few, and then I'm going to poke through and listen to some of people that I know.
Yeah.
And some of my favorite. I have some favorite entertainers around town and stuff. So.
There we go. I do too. But it was funny when you were talking about, if you're going to be playing at a gig, don't promote it the day of, because you can't see it for 2 days. It's like, well, crap, we missed going to see her.
Yeah, I get that all the time. And again, it's just marketing 101. It's, anytime I look at somebody's post, I'm like, oh, they posted that like 5 days ago. It's like, oh, it's just getting to me.
Yeah.
So I better trim my friend list down a little bit. Maybe I just have too many things I like and too many friends to follow.
The thing that I'm going to start getting rid of are all the follows of, celebrities and so forth, or shows, things like that.
I've tried all that. It's still a clutter on there.
Yeah.
But you know what? I love it. I think it's such a viable place for entertainers of any age, young people starting out. I mean, when I was a kid, you'd tell everybody to tell everybody to tell everybody. You'd hang a poster up someplace and be excited because 12 people showed up, Now in this day and age, in an afternoon, a few thousand people should know you're playing someplace, in a sense, if they're following your page,
exactly,
whatever. So Yeah, it's an interesting time. I think it's a great time to be alive. Technology has just evolved so much.
Are you worried about AI at all?
I was just going to say, are we even going to touch on AI? Because I have a severe sour taste in my mouth for AI.
Me too.
I think all the ads and all the cartoons, and I get it. It's everybody jump on the bandwagon. Woo! And it's fun and it's interesting and it's cute and it's whatever, but it's cheap. And the data centers and stuff. I don't know. I didn't want to come on here and wax anything even close to political, but the data centers and stuff that they want to big, that's what they're housing the AI in. That's what's going to suck up all the water off the earth. Right. And people can argue with it, and I don't even care. I'm not going to argue with it. I think all the art looks the same. The music is very redundant. I've watched a handful of record producers that, listen to AI or, and it's amazing that people want to be fooled by it. Fool me with something else. Fool me with something. Oh, that's so real. It don't matter. It's so real.
Well, I look around, it's like, okay, that's somebody's original painting. That's somebody's original drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And granted, it's not cheap to pay an artist to do something for you. It's not cheap to do anything.
Nor should it be.
It's just like hiring a band or a musician or whatever. There's all levels of what you can get. Well, it's the same way with art and everything. I would rather watch somebody paste and clip something together from a bunch of clip art samples than tell AI to draw me, so I look like whatever. So I don't know. It's tough. And the music thing too. It makes anybody who can even write any kind of, you don't even have to write a lyric in a sense. You can just write a paragraph and tell AI to make it a song.
Right.
And then you can tell it to make it this kind of song or that kind of song. And it's just like, we're going to be so overwhelmed by it. We won't know what's real and what's not. So
that's the part that I'm getting to as well, especially, the news articles that come out. First thing I do is look at, okay, what's the source? Is this NBC News? Anybody credible? Anything you've ever heard of? No. Don't read it.
And even then, in this day and age, with things that are happening, it's like, wow, what news source can you trust?
Yeah.
It's like, I guess I trust it when I see it most of the time, but it's become tough. It's become tough to form a really correct opinion. I do think there is places for AI. I don't think that it's totally a waste. I like the fact if I'm looking up information that it will comb a handful of websites and give me the information from those sites. So I don't have to go to all 5 of them. But I also just watched a recent thing on back to guitar pedals. We all love guitar pedals. Recent video on guitar pedals, and the guy says if you punch in things into AI and want to know some history on it, that's not always true and correct. But because it's coming from that source, you want to assume it's true and correct. But it's like anything, Dave, you and I grew up in a time when the encyclopedia was king.
Oh my God, yes.
And now you can take an encyclopedia and find things that aren't truly history. They just embellished for, 5th graders like ourselves, at the time. We got to read about the cool part about Columbus.
Right.
We didn't get to find out the bad
stuff. And same goes with, dictionaries and thesaurus. It's like, I'm trying to remember where we were the other day. It's like, oh, they still sell one. God bless them, instead of, and then to be able to talk into it and say, how do you correctly pronounce?
Oh, nope. I mean, technologically wise, I think it's a great time to be alive. I mean, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm old enough that I watched the evolution of the video game. I mean, I saw it come on the scene. I sold Pong machines when I was in high school.
I had Pong.
I still have a couple of Mattel hands. And we've got a few things in our archives at home over the years with the children growing up and stuff. But to watch the evolution of some of the technology things, I mean, it's amazing, the music thing, how it changes but comes back. The LP was dying at one point in our life, and now it's a huge thing, and it never went away. It never totally died, but you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of so many of those things. Just like I said, trying to find a current MP3 player is almost everybody uses their phone. That was the first thing my kid said. I said, "Hey, you got an old MP3 player?" He says, "Why don't you just use your phone?" I said, that's why I'm looking for an MP3 player, because I don't want to use my phone.
Right. And another thing, CDs. What happened to the CD players on laptops?
I think that came with, are we allowed to slam brand names like Microsoft when we're here?
Mm-hmm.
I think that came when Microsoft made everybody subscribe to get any of their products. You didn't need a CD to download their stuff anymore. And I get it. You still want to be able to play your music on there, but everybody went to
digital, just
different streaming or whatever. Right. Yeah. I worked in the hi-fi business back in the 1970s. And everybody always says to me, God, I bet you got a really killer hi-fi. I went through all that. I went through the record thing and all the high-end hi-fi gear and stuff. And I'm even old-fashioned at home now. I stream Pandora on my TV box thing. That's it. If I want to learn a song or listen to a specific song, I go to my computer and I'll watch Neil Young play that song, or whoever. Recently, some of you may know that I'm a huge John Prine fan, and I did the big John Prine show, which, if I want to pat myself on the back, which I won't, was huge. There were probably over 100 people crammed in there. It was a beautiful thing. But anytime I want to learn a John Prine song, I go watch him do it over the decades and pick the way I want to do it, or how, think how would he want me to do it now that he's just watching down and going, what the heck are you doing? So anyways, I mean, the internet and technology is it's great. I mean, it just depends on how you use it. So just don't use it for evil.
Evil. Now you go do that voodoo. You do so well. All right. So when you are not entertaining others, what do you like to be entertained by?
I have 3 wonderful granddaughters.
There you go.
That comes right to the top of the list.
Yeah.
And they live nearby, so I can see them fairly often. Oh man, I don't know. I have a wonderful wife. I have a backyard that's kind of I have a hobby pond that keeps me pretty busy. What other things? Playing music. I love to sit around and play guitar, jam with people. In fact, if you're retired, especially if you're retired, or if you're young and you don't work and you want to hang out sometime, we can jam sometime. I'm always looking for people that want to sit around and play guitar.
Yeah.
So do a fair amount of that. I'm a rummager. I like to hit rummage sales.
Ooh, we love estate sales.
Although I've decided at this point in my life, I'm going to take the turn on that maybe a little bit. I have so much stuff that I need to get rid of via estate sailing. I don't know. It's weird to be retired. It's, and I mean, it's
right.
I'm not even tell you that how old I'm going to be. It's insane. I didn't think I'd make it near this far. And it's like, what do you do? And now I'm telling everybody this. I'm hoping that when I look at Dave's podcast, like 9 people listen to it, but I'm thinking it's a little more than that.
Yeah.
I can share this on the web.
That's exactly what you're going to do for me.
That's why I took a picture of the awesome
souvenir
water bottle and
it is cool.
notepad.
You know what? That's the least expensive item I give away is the water.
Do you refill these yourself?
No, I can't afford a huge class action suit.
No.
All right. Don McKenna, hey, thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show, and see you on Sunday. And I will be ready, as well as 30 plus other vendors.
Well, thank you, Dave Holly. I had an interesting time here, and I might have to come back to help redeem myself some.
Yes.
So
you don't need to redeem, but it'll be fun just to know even more. All right. And we'll be back to wrap up the Dave Holly Hour in just a moment.
Coming soon, another podcast from Big D Entertainment. Dave Holly's More, M-O-R, a show featuring the music and the stories of an oft-forgotten radio format known as Middle of the Road. The days of yore with More, M-O-R.
Once again, Dave Holly.
Thanks again to my wonderful guests, Nattie Jean and Don McKenna. Our show website, DaveHollyHour.com. You can listen to any of the now 320 shows anytime you want, including Nattie's previous appearance. This show is also available on your favorite podcast platform. Thank you all for supporting local arts and for taking the time to download the show. I encourage you to find your art. Find the art you enjoy. Find the art you're interested in trying, and we shall see you in the arts. As the Sioux Falls Arts Council says, together we art. As Arts South Dakota says, home is where the art is. As I say, put some art in your heart. Remember, my name is Dave Holly, and for me, every day is a holiday.
The Dave Holly Hour has been brought to you by Trio Jazz Club, Sioux Falls' premier jazz club. Enter as friends, leave as family. Phil's Pub, your local dive with music for the people. Chaser's Food and Spirits, XL Chiropractic, and Quality Nails. Stay up to date on the show by following on Instagram and Facebook. All episodes available anytime at DaveHollyHour.com. The Dave Holly Hour is produced in the Dipsy Doodle Studios by Big D Entertainment.
Thanks for listening.